Dog owners all have one thing in common. Our dogs are family and we want the absolute best care for our pooches. So with that said, today we are doing an AMA and Ask Me Anything with David Martinelli. He's the president of Houndstown, which is a fully interactive daycare facility designed to meet each dog's physical, social, and psychological needs. Thank you so much for being here. And you got Mabel with you.
This is Mabel, yes.
And Mabel's yours?
She is mine. She actually just got all spruced up. She's a little mad at me for pulling her out of daycare today.
Okay, yes, she had to leave Houndstown
Yes,
today,
did.
but she has bows in her ears, which is fabulous. She's camera ready.
Yes.
Okay, so we did ask our newsroom, kind of like an AMA, like an Ask Me Anything, and more like behavioral stuff since you're always around dogs. Okay, so the first question here is, somebody wants to know, when they bring their dog to a daycare or a social setting, they notice that their dog gets very anxious.
Yes.
How do you guys deal with that there?
Absolutely. So it's very common for a dog to get anxious in a new environment, and you'll commonly hear things like leash aggression and just different things when they're actually nervous around their parents being there. So when you take your dog to the facility, don't get too nervous that they're nervous.
Okay.
Oftentimes the facility may actually ask you to leave to see how the dog interacts without your presence. And that just shows that they understand what dog behavior is and how they're gonna interact with other dogs.
I love that. That would give me confidence,
Yes.
knowing like, okay, and I get that with kids too. Like
Exactly.
my kids will be way more needy when I'm there, and then
Yeah.
I leave and they're like, peace, mom, and they're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
What about a dog that is barking and nipping around other dogs? Is there a way to how to, like, if you guys are there and you notice that behavior, what do you guys implement?
You know, so it's a dog being a dog. I think that you'll have some telltale signs, and oh, she sees the dogs on the TV back there.
She does. Those are her friends.
Oh yeah, but you'll have some telltale signs, and it's usually what they call the hackles. So like the hair kind of in the back of their neck raising up. That's usually going to be a sign of aggression. But when they're getting a little nippy and barky, that's just dogs playing together. So we're always kind of monitoring what their temperament is, and if they're starting to get a little bit restless, or you can sense a little bit of anxiety with the dog, that's when we'll start to pull them out and take them into like a little bit more of a calming setting for them. And it's a lot more obvious than a lot of folks think. So when dogs get barky and excited on their leashes and everything, it's just really letting them kind of play it out themselves.
Okay, I like that and entrusting that.
Exactly.
And then what about for dogs and exercise? I know that you guys implement a lot of exercise there. For people that are home, how much exercise should our fur babies be getting?
Yeah, it's always going to depend on the size of the dog. And there's also two kinds of exercise. It's really that physical exercise and that mental exercise. So when you're taking a dog to like a daycare or something, they're actually getting a lot more of that mental stimulation. So, you know, after a long day of work and exhausting, like just using your brain all day, you're tired as well. So, so that you can really get that mental exercise. But from a physical exercise standpoint, it's really depending on the size. She obviously about lasts 20 minutes on a walk. Some of the other dogs might last about an hour, just getting them outside, getting them for long walks. And actually, we recommend that you actually are doing more natural play with them. So like throwing the ball for them. Off-leash kind of play is where they're really going to get the most exercise.
Oh, that's good to know. I love that. And then one other question that somebody else asked in the newsroom is they're currently looking for doggy daycare. What should they be looking for, and what would the red flags be?
Yeah, absolutely. So every doggy daycare kind of has different offerings. So it's really kind of, you'll get a sense from your dog as well when they go there. You have to give it a couple tries. So the dog is going to be a little anxious. Mabel was a fence sitter for her first 2 visits, and now she's fully interacting there. So it's a lot of times they'll have like a trial day, and it's important that you use that trial day to kind of see how your dog feels afterwards. And also just really see how the staff interacts with the dogs. Something that we pride ourselves on, every dog that comes through, they know the name of the dog coming in, and she wants to come over there.
Oh, maybe you don't. That's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
So keep an eye on the staff, give them a couple days, do the trial.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you, David Martinelli with
Yes.
Houndstown. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Mabel, well done. Looking good, girl.